Have you ever looked at a really high return investment and just thought to yourself, yeah, that's not for me? You're definitely not alone. The world of high-value investing has, for a long time, felt like a private club with a very, very exclusive guest list. So today, we're going to deconstruct the white paper for a project that says it wants to tear down those walls. All right, let's dive into the Goldmine playbook and see exactly how they plan to open up the gates. I mean, this is the big question, isn't it? It's that feeling that the most promising opportunities, the ones in real estate, or those hot startups, or the private investment clubs, they're all kind of reserved for people with super deep pockets and all the right connections. And this white paper kicks off by tackling that exact feeling of being locked out. They're identifying it as the fundamental problem they want to solve.
So, what exactly makes up this wall? Well, it's not just about money, not by a long shot. It's really a series of barriers, and each one, whether it's intentional or not, is designed to keep the average person on the outside looking in. Let's break down what those obstacles actually are.
Okay, so first up, you've got limited access. Think of it like the velvet rope effect, where all the good stuff is reserved for huge sums of money. Then you've got operational complexity, all the expensive, time-consuming research and legal hoops you have to jump through for every single deal. And finally, there's a big technological gap. You have these fantastic real-world projects that they're not equipped for the world of tokenization.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because this slide shows how they frame the whole shift. The old way is just this cycle of frustration, right? You're constantly repeating your identity verification for every platform, you're doing your own expensive research, and you just keep hitting these high entry barriers. The new way they're proposing flips that whole thing on its head. One single verification, one central place for analysis, and a simple, democratized path to these opportunities. It's a move from a system that's fragmented and exclusive to one that's integrated and inclusive.
And that, of course, brings us to the project itself. Goldmine is pitching itself not as just another crypto platform, but as a bridge, a secure link that's designed to connect everyday investors with those projects that were previously out of reach, starting with real estate and then planning to expand from there.
This quote, pulled straight from their vision, really says it all. I mean, that's the entire mission statement in one sentence. The goal isn't to reinvent investing from scratch, but to democratize it, to give way more people a seat at the table.
So it's a noble goal for sure, but how do they actually plan to build this bridge? Let's get into the core mechanics and see how this thing is supposed to work. The whole engine behind Goldmine is a dual token system, and this is absolutely crucial to their strategy. So the whole system is split into two distinct parts. First, you've got the gold token. Think of this as your entry ticket. It's a security token, and it represents the actual real capital you're putting in. Then you have UGOLD, which stands for Use Gold. This is the utility token. This is how you get your returns, your rewards, and how you actually participate in the ecosystem. So one is for stability, and the other is for activity.
Okay, so this separation of duties is the crucial point. The gold token is designed for one thing and one thing only, to be a stable, regulated representation of your investment. It's all about preserving your capital. UGOLD, on the other hand, is dynamic. It's the currency of the entire ecosystem. You get your profits in UGOLD, you use it for services, and you engage with the platform through things like staking, all with UGOLD. And right here, this is the foundation of their whole stability pitch. One gold token is meant to equal $1. It's really that simple. This peg is specifically designed to take crypto's infamous volatility out of the equation for your principal investment. So the capital you put in is designed to hold its value. So if your principal is stable, where does the growth come from? Well, according to the white paper, it's right here. The projects on the platform are structured to target a minimum annual return of over 10%. And, crucially, this is paid out in that UGOLD utility token, which keeps your stable principal separate from the more dynamic returns. Taking a quick look at the initial token distribution, you can see how they're trying to set this up for long-term health. The big slice, 60%, goes to the investors, who they call golders. The other 40% is split evenly between the team, a strategic reserve for things like liquidity, tech partners, and the early angel investors. The big idea here is to create a balanced ecosystem, where everybody's interests are aligned for growth.
A great idea is one thing, but a plan to actually execute it is something else entirely. So let's take a look at their roadmap to see how they plan to get from a concept in a white paper to a fully functioning global platform.
The plan is laid out in these really clear, progressive phases. It all starts with Phase 0, basically laying all the strategic and legal groundwork. Phase 1 is the big one, the launch of the minimum viable product and the first token emission. Phase 2 starts introducing more ecosystem features, like staking and farming to get people engaged. Phase 3 is where it expands into a full DApp, a decentralized application, with a lot more diverse investment types. And finally, Phase 4 is all about going global and becoming an international hub for this new way of investing.
So, after deconstructing the problem, the solution, the mechanics, and the roadmap, what's the big picture here? What's the ultimate vision this project is trying to sell us on? When you boil it all down, it really comes to these key points. The core mission: to democratize access. They plan to do that by making the onboarding process radically simpler. The dual token system is engineered to offer the best of both worlds. You get stability for your capital and high yield potential for your returns. And by pulling real-world assets into a digital framework, they're aiming to build a sustainable, long-term ecosystem. So why does this matter? It's simple. It could be a blueprint for how blockchain can fundamentally change our access to creating wealth.
And all of that leaves us with one final and I think crucial question. Projects like Goldmine are built on this incredible promise of leveling the playing field. But as this technology grows up, will it truly open the doors for everyone? Or will it just end up creating a new digital version of the same exclusive clubs it's trying to replace? That is the big question we'll all be watching.